folks, obviously we're now in the festive season and food security remains a major concern for many families after the hurricane. Today we explore how Jamaica is stabilizing supplies, supporting farmers and helping households enjoy a safe and well-provided Christmas. The Honourable Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, is with us. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Morning. Happy to be here.
I know this is not why you came here, but the last time you came, you told us your home was impacted. How badly was that and where is that now?
So it was very badly impacted. So
this is in Black River?
This is in Black River on a place called Crane Road. A very nice area, but all the homes on that stretch would have suffered significant devastation, largely because of the sea. So, you know, it is next to the sea. I thought I was a good distance from the sea. But with the storm surge that came in, almost everybody, when you pass the houses at the front look good, the entire back is gone. So, you know, the back windows, the back glass. My own, we lost the roof and yes, it's been challenging. That like most people, that is going to take some time. And clearly, the focus for me hasn't been on that, honestly. You just try and make it do, you know, get back to the family home, and at least the little plus is that mommy is a little happy that I'm back there. But
for the wrong reason.
But it's challenging. I think what people may not appreciate, I think people appreciate the devastation, but just the dislocation, the change in your everyday in the space of hours. We're talking about one day, this is how your life is being operationalized. This is what you've worked for all the years, and then in the space of hours, it's not there, and it's completely different. And you know, your business is gone, your job is gone, and you're trying to work out like what's next, and that is part of the challenge for most of the people. So when I always say, I think Usain said it in one of his posts, this is not a sprint.
No.
This is a marathon, because the level of dislocation I've seen in all the parishes and in my own constituency, building back is going to take significant time.
Yeah, one of the things I know is post-burial, you were very invested and you took steps in ensuring that, you know, okay, food security had to be a part of it, but Melissa was just so destructive. How would you describe the current state of our food supply?
You know, what I'm always amazed with, and I've seen it now many times, and this one was no different, are how our farmers are by nature. Clearly they're risk takers, but they really take these hits in stride. So I've been to Bog Hole in Clarendon, I've been to Litchfield in South Trelawney, I've been to Mafuta in South St. James, Pisgah, my own constituency. I've never seen devastation like this. The most we've ever seen in our agriculture sector. We're talking over 30 billion in our preliminary assessment. The World Bank said it's closer to 300 million US, which is almost 660 billion Jamaican. But everywhere I go, the farmers are back out. Everywhere I go, the farmers are planting again and are saying, we have to get back up. So what we have done at the ministry is to try to ensure that we're there as quickly as possible to facilitate that. So we start preparing for a rainy day, and we started that for a few years now. As I said to the team, there's going to be some disaster. Might be a long drought, it might be torrential rain. Let's put down some seeds, let's have some fertilizer on hand. We know our vegetable lines are susceptible. So we started with that. In the first few weeks, we distributed 6,500 packs of seeds, 2,000 bags of fertilizer, just to say to farmers, get back out there, targeting some of the farmers that you know are ready to go. So we targeted areas maybe not that were hard hit, but areas that suffered some damage, but farmers are ready. So I was in Northeast St. Catherine, in Guys Hill. They suffered damage, but they're ready to go. We went to St. Anne, ready to go. So that was the first part, but now we're into our second phase, which is now building the recovery, which is a 6-month phase where we've procured more seeds. So we're procured another $50 million in seeds. We have another 5,000 bags of fertilizer, and then we're doing targeted intervention. So our yam farmers suffer tremendous. About 70% of our yam crop. So what we're doing now, sending the agriculture management unit to look at soil, because one of the things that we saw with Hurricane Melissa, topography looked completely different, right? I mean, it was the first we were really seeing salt burn. So what is the nutrition regime that our yam farmers need, things of that nature.
By the way, I know you insure your home. Are farmers insured?
Farmers can be insured.
They can be, or are they?
Some of them are.
And that insurance would cover what?
All right, so we do have through GK Insurance, something called Weather Protect, which is something that when I went around the country the first time as minister and listened to the farmers, something that the farmers said they wanted, some insurance. So we met with our insurance companies, GK took it up. It's a parametric insurance scheme which protects against weather-related events. So excessive wind, excessive rain, drought, right? All the farmers that were insured got paid in Hurricane Melissa because it's based on triggers, not damage. So if you
What does that mean?
If you have a certain amount of rainfall, so let us say rainfall is above, I'm not going to give a figure, above 10 millimeters, then automatically you're paid. If the wind is above, if the wind reaches category 5.
So it doesn't matter whether you're damaged
or not.
Okay.
The good thing is now that clearly it was fairly new. We've been through Beryl, we've been through Raphael, Tropical Storm Raphael, and now Melissa. All of them have triggered payments to different levels. Melissa, most of the payments were at the maximum, right? But we still only have a small number of farmers. It was just about over 100 farmers. We do have a program at the ministry where farmers, we will pay the base rate for you free, right? So I'm saying to the farmers who are listening now, you can sign up. We're still trying to target at minimum 2,000 farmers. I want to increase that. I've spoken to the Minister of Finance. We want every farmer to have insurance so that with that policy, 2 weeks after you get a payout. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's your National Agriculture Recovery Program, sir. We talk about the farmers in terms of, food and produce. Livestock might not be as easy to recover?
Livestock might not be as easy. And even with our food lines, clearly we have to take a multi-pronged approach. Our first priority is to ramp back up domestic production. I want to commend the farmers because I'm seeing good returns in lettuce, cucumber. With that said, we still have some vegetable lines that are not there yet. And part of what we have to do, and we've started to do, is to tap into external supplies to get things like our tomato that's really not there as yet, so that we will have sufficient food for Christmas. That's very, very important. And livestock, our egg production was struggling before because from Hurricane Beryl, we lost 40,000. To put it in perspective, for Hurricane Melissa, we've lost 400,000 layers. That's about 40%. That's going to take us some time. So again, we're tapping into external sources to have eggs ready for Christmas. Not only eggs, we've said to our bakers that we will allow them to bring in liquid eggs, right? So that will take the pressure off the table eggs so that when consumers go out, they will have eggs. So we're doing that process now and working with our main market, which is the US, to see how we can get that in.
Will we importing like small ruminants or livestock or?
That's a mixed bag.
Okay.
Part of what we do is to import to get better genetics and to just drive production. So we have done some goat importation. We've had a program around that. But remember, a number of our lines, even before we were importing, right? So it's another message to try and ramp up our local stock as quickly as possible. So just brought in some goats. Pigs, thankfully, we have a good population of pigs, good genetics. We're going to have programs around that. We lost about 5,000 pigs. We're going to try and bring that up. So what we've done is for each area, we've designed a sort of recovery plan. And we're working with the associations that are in charge and trying to get the farmers as quickly as possible back up.
Dale said at the top, but I think I said at the top, food security. Some people are concerned about the meat that we get in, like with a spoil and this and that. How do we ensure, how does the ministry ensure that these things don't happen?
One of the things we've done very, very well is just our monitoring and the vigilance that our veterinary services division and plant quarantine take. There are certain things that we don't allow in Jamaica, and people, every time you hear external sources, they wonder, we're going to get things that are modified. We don't allow those things. And we do pride food safety significantly. We're a small island. We're susceptible to disease. We have to keep out those diseases. And sometimes people say, why we don't take from here? Why we don't take from there? And it's largely because the risk is not worth it. So we've lost 100% of our commercial banana crop. You're going to have to just wait with us while we build that back up. The banana farmers have shown, you give them the nutritional regime, they follow what you lay out, they'll get back. That's going to take us maybe 7-8 months, but we're not going to bring in bananas because the possibility of having something like TR4, which is a disease that can wipe out our entire banana crop that we don't have, is too high. So we take that level of vigilance to everything, especially to meat. Right? So you will hear people say, why we can't get in these things? And it's largely because we have to ensure that the source is there. Things like avian influenza, bird flu, that we have to keep out. Because again, other countries, you can isolate and move on with another part. We don't have that luxury. We have to try and keep it out of our borders.
And if it's not with the purple stamp, don't eat it. That's what the ministry does. Right.
Yeah, so and this is not just for what is coming in for commercial. I want people to know, we don't talk about it, but we spent a lot of time working with our NGO partners and those people who have been providing meals and things of that nature. They have to live up to our local standards. Yes, it's a crisis. Yes, we are doing a great job in terms of giving back. We don't want to cause other problems. So our veterinary services team, Plant Quarantine, have been very, very active.
Yeah. So you said banana. The other.
It'll take us a little while, 7 to 8 months to get a banana crop up and running. The thing is, I was saying it yesterday, we had our strategic review meeting. Boy, our banana farmers are very upbeat. Despite all of the damage, they're out there again. Eggs is going to be one of the most challenging because just by nature, how long it takes for a bird to reach laying potential and then to lay consistently, that's months. And because of the amount of birds we've lost and where we were before, that's going to take us some time. The other thing, our vegetable lines were fairly robust, right? It's just the extent. Yam will take maybe between a year to 18 months, but what you will see, these are...
A year to 18 months.
Yeah, but when we say that, it doesn't mean that you're just going to be without yams, right? Because part of the strategy is also to look into other areas that are probably not traditional yam growing areas and say, let's go, while those farmers get back on their feet, because some of those farmers in Trelawney, North Manchester, would have suffered not only in their farm, but at their homes. So it's a little bit more difficult. But so when we give these time frames, is to reach back to where we were, right? Doesn't mean it will be completely absent. And again, if we continue on the trajectory and that we are on, which is to provide the support, thankfully, the Ministry of Finance have granted us $3 billion as part of the recovery program. We can drive it as quickly as possible. The devastation is wide, over 70,000 farmers, but we'll get back. And we're also focusing on other things like our farm road network, right? Clearly, we've seen a lot of damage to the farm road network. We've got an allocation of about $800 million to start some work. We're going to target our hardest hit parishes and also like our coffee growing areas where, in those hills, those roads suffered tremendous damage, and the RADA team is out now scoping those roads to get that work started, because all goes together. If the farmers can't get to their farms, then just the motivation to get back up and running is just too difficult. So it's a holistic approach to see how quickly we can drive progress.
Yeah, irrigation is also a part of that. It's rural.
We've done better. We've done better in irrigation. I must commend the National Irrigation Commission. After burial, we had no generators. So people were saying, we want to farm, but where's the water? We put in generators since burial. We're now 85% of our systems are back up, which serves over 90% of our customers. So again, in my neck of the woods, they've put in generators. Those farmers are out. We've done it in Bracco. We've done it in Clarendon. So we have to keep that going. We have to each year build greater resilience so that we can recover stronger from these initiatives.
Final word to the country, Minister. Can just look in that camera.
Well, a couple of things. We're also spending a lot of energy on our fishers. They suffered a tremendous damage, over 3,000 boats, so we started to distribute wire. And if we're not at you yet, we will be at you. A final word is, Melissa took a lot. Melissa took homes, Melissa took businesses, crops, or fishing boats and vessels, but Melissa can't take our spirit. Melissa can't take our ability to go again. We are Jamaican. We know how to fight, and we know how to fight and win. And we will win. We will feed Jamaica again.
I'm getting a word here from my producer. Go again, sir. He said butchers have been protesting. And he wants you to...
So I did meet with two of the butchers who penned a letter around challenges. It's always a balance. We are trying to enforce our national animal identification and traceability system. It's been around since 2015. People should have gone and gotten their animals tagged. But you know, one of the challenges that we have is that until enforcement starts, people kind of, you know, now we have a dedicated agricultural police force. We probably don't speak about it enough, but as a part of the JCF of the Agricultural Protection Branch, every morning they wake up is to fight agricultural crime. So they're on the road now saying, where are your tags? What we've done at the ministry is to ramp up our tagging processes. So we just started a blitz, right? And I've said to the ministry team, we have to ensure that if somebody wants their animals to be tagged, despite the fact that it could have been done a long time ago, we have to get to them. Now, we did 300 in St. Elizabeth, and they're going to keep the blitzes going. They're coming to Manchester this week. The butchers made some suggestions about some of the places to go to tag, and also the butchers highlighted some of the challenges in the system and some of the personal challenges that we're going to deal with that, right? So I want to assure the butchers that we've heard you. I've said to the team to make some changes. We will monitor it for another week and see what our numbers look like, and we will continue the dialogue.
Yep.
We want everybody to have a Merry Christmas, but we also want to stop people who are looking to benefit from the crisis by stealing animals. We can't have that.
Tag it and trace it.
Yeah, I know you have a huge job, sir, and you're doing brilliantly, but I pray that your home and your family will have a great holiday.
Little by little.
God bless you, sir.
Little by little.
And thanks for coming.
The Honourable Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining of Jamaica, Floyd Green.
Diversity in clean energy transformation when we come back. Stay with us, please. Soon come.